Hello, my name is Caitlin Hansen. I'm a student in this Fundamentals of Speech class, and I'm also a student at FSW. And today I'll be educating you on financial literacy for college students. So let's begin. We all wish we knew the secrets on how the business people of the world make their millions, but think on a smaller level. We college students just wish we knew the secret on how to get out of college debt free. Think of all the times you were held back from entering your dream school or getting the car that you wanted because you did not know how to afford it. It is soul-crushing to feel as though the money you worked hard for is still not enough to pay for anything in a society that makes its profits by jacking up the prices. When I began my advanced education after high school, I knew as much as anybody my age that the only way to make money was by working hard for it. I had no concept of the idea that I could make the money work for me. My goal today is to teach my fellow classmates the tools that they can use to pay their way through school with little to no debt, and the financial skills we all should know for our growing futures. For this speech, I will be going over 4 components of financial health and educating everyone on the stock market with its stocks and bonds. Having the ability to understand how to properly take care of our money is crucial to our future as college students. In particular, the crazy amount of money it takes altogether for textbooks, supplies, and classes. Recent years have shown that our deficiency in knowing about money stems from the decrease in classes available in schools dedicated to teaching about money. As far as we've ever been taught about money, it's that once you have it, you need to save it and only spend it on what you need instead of on what you want, which, to be fair, is a smart way to go about things. Let me introduce a different angle. Imagine your finances like it's a living organism. If you feed it right, it'll grow and flourish. But if you take away what it needs to grow, it'll become unhealthy and turn out of your favor. This is where I'll introduce you to the 4 components of financial health, which are spend, save, borrow, and plan. Each of the 4 components has its own indicators. There are ways to measure each indicator that shows us what are good and bad indicators of health, which is according to the CFSI, charts for spend, save, borrow, and plan have been created for. For example, according to them, when your expenses are less than your income, you're doing good for yourself, because the leftover income after can be used as liquid savings or invested on a rainy day. We can check ourselves if we go through our list of what's healthy. When we spend our money, we should spend less than what we make for our income. You're doing good for yourself. This plays into the savings property. Proper saving allows us to have sufficient living expenses and liquid savings and have long-term profits for years to come, such as for retirement or 401ks. You never know, you might need to use it to buy a house or car one day. With borrowing, you should be mindful of how much you're taking. Credit cards fall under a form of borrowing because we use them to buy everything from gas to mansions. The only stipulation is that none of this money is free. No money is free. We build good credit by paying back how much money we've borrowed on time to the banks. Then lastly, always approach with a plan in mind and a backdoor, and by backdoor I mean insurance. There's only so much we can do to protect our assets, so by creating a safety net, such as planning how much to spend for each individual bill and debt, we save ourselves from stressing over how much we have left. Now that I've highlighted maintaining a financially healthy lifestyle, I'll go into how we can invest our income. Investing in our finances can come in more forms than just buying stocks. The definitive term defines investing as an asset that you own that can be built upon. Thus, anything that gives back to you, no matter how small, is an investment. The world has it in trillions of businesses and companies, and with them comes stocks and bonds. Stocks are shares of a company or partial ownership of a company that people buy. In spending on the stock market, stockholders will either get more money than they paid for or they'll lose all their money. The same principle applies for bonds, but for one tiny detail is that you're promised money back with bonds at a fixed interest rate. The article Saving and Spending for Students gives us a better idea of difference between stocks and bonds, showing that stocks that make money are the ones when the company makes money performing better than its competitors, and other companies see it as good a company to pair with them. That's when you see returns on your money. Buying stocks and bonds can be a tricky business because if you're not careful, you can lose all the money. Say you buy a stock in a medical company and the company goes under. You can't get money back once you've bought it, or however much you built over time with the company. That's why people made it a skill to forecast the stock market, or how good bonds are doing right now in the stock market, to know which stocks will bring in the biggest returns. So choose wisely. My wish is that the tools I've given you will be applied to better your lives in a way that you save money and live stress-free lives. I'm glad my topics on investments and financial health were useful for this audience to listen to, and that in the future, it'll be of good help to you.